I'm gonna be completely honest as much as I can be. I put up a voting poll on the community post saying that we might need to change up how things is done around here. So I was thinking maybe you guys would like to see something new, or maybe, you know, some things could be just stay the same, but I just keep making content, and you guys could give me some suggestions about how I could perceive the idea of how we go forward in the future. Looking at how close these votes are for either of these, it really kind of just tells me that that there's a really hard divide between what you guys want and what you guys don't want. I'm just gonna start making content and just make it randomly and just make some stuff that I can just have some good times with, because honestly I haven't really been having fun making content in a little minute, besides for the very few things I have been making that is fun to me. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of random videos and then just see what sticks. Honestly, I've been so worried about doing stuff for views and trying to do stuff to get subs, but at this current point in time, the subs keep going up and down, doesn't really matter, like it's a confused hooker on drugs. So I can't necessarily tell what the hell is happening. So I'm just gonna do things on my own accord and just see how you guys like it from that point. And if you do like it, then congratulations, you're on the right channel. If you don't like it, then go unsubscribe. I don't actually care at this point. So today we're gonna be talking about, does anime make you a misogynist? And obviously, let's just not even beat around the bush with this answer. No, it does not. And the reason why it does not is because it's fictional and you should be able to keep it in your head if you're a mature ass person. Now let's be completely honest here. Anime does have a lot of ridiculous themes. A lot of ridiculous things happen in anime when it comes down to it, to the letter. Sometimes you might get the power of friendship. Sometimes you might get some random guy skiing on another guy down a freaking snow mountain. It's that random sometimes. And when you see anime, obviously what you're seeing is not real. There's no real danger when it comes to it. Yet you'll still find people that make different videos talking about, is lolly still a thing that people should be fearing? Should that be illegal? Even though it's really nothing that you should be fearing or thinking that it should be illegal, because your ass is not going to be able to touch Kana in real life, okay? I'm pretty sure she'll burn your hand off before you get the chance you ever get to touch her, in all honesty. So the thought of anybody being able to be misogynist because of an anime did something very weird or very messed up to a woman, I highly doubt that's going to be translated over to real life unless you're just actually that stupid. When it comes down to it, if I'm playing something like GTA 5 and just ran over a bunch of people down for Spoochie Beach, that does not necessarily mean that it's going to translate over to me wanting to actually do that in real life to real people. Of course I don't want to do that to real people, because why the hell would I? I'm not going to be able to see daylight if I ever did that. So no, that's not a good idea. Much less if I'm watching something like High School of the Dead, seeing a bunch of floppy boobs everywhere, and the main character slapping the hell out of one of these female classmates. That does not necessarily translate to me going outside, literally find a nice fine lady to talk to, and then slapping the hell out of her, and then bending her over on the table and doing some stuff. Like, obviously I'm gonna get arrested on the spot for even trying to do that, so for even laying my hand on her. So obviously, and that just goes to show that you don't really take what's in fiction and then just use it for some real life nonsense. That does not necessarily, you can watch something in fiction and then obviously not translate it into real life. You can fantasize about it, you can put it into some fictional fantasy, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to translate it into real life or what we do. Just because a video game fandom sucks and being absolutely toxic does not necessarily mean that the game itself is bad, much less anything about the game sucks either. It's just the fandom that's being toxic. Like Smash Bros, for example. Just because Smash Bros is a toxic fandom and they have some very messed up controversies recently, that doesn't necessarily mean Smash Bros is a horrible game. It's still a very good game, especially if it's your favorite game. You shouldn't have to demonize or take down that opinion of it being your favorite game just because, you know, people in that community suck. And I know I'm sounding like I'm getting off topic a little bit, but just to go back on the topic, mainly when it comes down to it, if you like your anime with a lot of boob action, if you like your anime with a lot of disrespectful things happening to women, that does not necessarily mean that you want that happening in real life. If you do want that happening in real life, go get some therapy, but most likely that is not the case. Even with High School DxD, one of my favorite animes of all time, has a bunch of stuff, a lot of scenes with women being sexualized. But does that mean I want to go outside for realsy and then go out my way to poke some woman boobs just to get stronger in some stupid ass way. No, because that does not work, and again, most likely your ass is going to go to jail, so I highly doubt that you want to do that anyway. So, and again, if you want to live out your fantasies, there's plenty of ways to do it. Like, you have a koikatsu where you can literally do what you want in that entire game, creating dioramas and all that type of stuff to do what you want, especially if you want to go that misogynistic route. You can in that game. It's not that hard to do. Like, if you want to have a nice fantasy of a bunch of women serving you, that's fine, because it's in the game, it's a fantasy. It's not like you're going to go out your way to try to do that in real life, much less there ain't no woman on this planet that would agree with you. Well, at least the smart ones wouldn't agree with you. So overall, as many times as we've seen many boobs and many asses and many things in fiction being able to show off in some sexual way to you as the viewer, that does not necessarily mean that you're going to be a misogynist about it or doing anything weird about it. Just because you see Madaka's tits being grabbed does not mean you're going to go grab someone's tits in real life. Or just because you call someone a slut in an anime and then the woman perfectly accepts that role of being said slut does not necessarily mean that's going to translate and work well in real life. Obviously, if you try into that, you're either going to get your balls kicked or you're going to get arrested. So have fun with that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and like to donate to the channel. Patreon and Ko-Fi is available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.